Hey, Shalom Israel. Bear with a second, Baba Kasha, while I check the feed. Hey, Shalom Israel. All right, and we good to go. Let's get a Lord of hand real quick, man. All right. Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the amazing, commanding General Yohana. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Today is Saturday. That means it is the Sabbath. This is the ISUPK Houston, ISUPK Galveston, Port Arthur, and Beaumont. These 4 zones, the greater area of Houston. Saturday Sabbath service, man. Where we dive into our culture and do what the Most High requires of us. You know what I'm saying, the 10 Commandments, and remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. You know what I'm saying? We do so by reading our literature, man. Our not only literature, but our book about life, man. Not only about life, but for life, for rulership. You know what I'm saying? The guide map to rule the earth, because so the chosen people of God, the Israelites, you know what I'm saying, were made to rule the earth. And this book right here, 1611 King James Bible, is our guide map to get there. You know what I'm saying? So what we do today on the Sabbath is we read these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? You know, this roadmap for us with our history, our culture, our wisdom, our prophecies, our future. You know what I'm saying? Our laws, statutes, and commandments for that too. You know what I'm saying? We read this book and then, you know what I'm saying, we break it down. But before we read that, we read it in our native tongue. You know what I'm saying? The Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, the holy tongue. You know what I'm saying? We read it in our holy tongue. We get down to it, man. That's what we do on the Sabbath, man. Salakia for not saying this disclaimer, but the ISUPK is the home of the truth, man. We've been a home of the truth since 1969, and we are not affiliated with any other so-called Hebrew Israelite group, man. If you're not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth. So we don't associate ourselves with the other people. They are really break-offs from us anyway. So if they want to get back to the truth, you know what I'm saying, like get back to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments the right way, you know what I'm saying, doing the work of the Lord with the real priests and prophets of the Lord, then they're going to get back in the body, man. There's only one body, and that's 1 West. So, yeah, with that, man, we're going to get into the Sabbath service, man. I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering 2 things. One, I'm saying, why is this brother all the way up there alone? You know what I'm saying? Well, we're going to get a rocket rolling. You know what I'm saying? The white man is the oppressor, the devil the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? Some of my brothers have to do other things around the school. So I'm up here rocking and rolling. I just thank the Most High that I'm able to do that, and that we're still able to get, you know what I'm saying, the Sabbath service completed. You know what I'm saying? Get into our culture, get into these scriptures, you know what I'm saying, get it going. And the second thing is, why is it so early that this brother is doing it? Well, yes, Sabbath service, Houston and in the Texas area, you know what I'm saying, Sabbath service does start at 11 Central. But today, you know what I'm saying, once again, the oppressors the devil the Bible speaks of, we had to do it a little bit early. So, you know what I'm saying, it'll be there on your feed and when you get ready to watch it. You know what I'm saying, the water for joining us if you are joining us this early. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, there's no shame in watching the Sabbath service late. So with that, you know what I'm saying, yeah, man, we're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get on these prayers, and then we're gonna get rocking and rolling. So I want to say Imadium, which means to stand. Layasha Allah. All right. So I'm going to say Sar, which it means to turn, and we're going to face the east. I'm going to get into these prayers. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwazka, Taba'ah, Ratazaika, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Lathanlanawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kawathnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawathinawa, Wala'ah, Taba'ayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahata Parath, Lawalamium, Aman, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. All right. Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Babakashah, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, Latahar, Ha Matzarayim, Hakak, Lahakwayam, Amathiam, Hakak, Al Rakawath, Hatama Allah, Lagarashan, Bahashim Yahushai, Tawada Alman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Waha, Bayasaparium, Barak, Bahashim Yahushai, the water Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, bless us and Israel and the school in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayan, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayishan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ayakayaka, Wayarach, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar Tazaafka, Wabawa Aka, Ma'aitha, Wa'id Awalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. All right. Give me 1 second. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, all Damiyalaka, all Thakarash, wa all Thashakwat, all Kaya, Hana, Awayabika, Yahama Yawan, wa Mashanayaka, Sha'awa, Ra'ash, Amika, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawad, Wayata Ya'ai Tazawa, all Tazapawanyaka, Amarawa, Lakawa, Wanakak Yadam, Magalia, Wala'am, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Awad, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, Lab, Yakadwa, Ayaka, Baryath, Yakaraswa, Ahaya, Arawam, Wa Yashamai Alam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabar, Wa Amawan, Wa Amalak, Palashath, Am Yashabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawad, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadian, Kasyasa Yara'a, Kayabian, Banakar, Kwayashawan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayanda Ira, Ayawa, Daman, La Arama, Shayatamwa, Nadiamawa, Ka Irab, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bak, Wakata Zalmanai, Kal Nasia Kamwa, Ashar, Amarawa, Nayarasha, La Nawa, Af, Na'awaf, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, La Panya, Rokwa, Ka'ash, the Ba'ira, Ya'ira, Wakal Lahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Khan, Taradapma, Basa Irika, Wabasa Wapaska, the Bahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Id, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'iwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, all Yawan, all call her Rataza. All right, in the English. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha'Allah may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, as the brook of Kaisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Areb and like Zeeb. Yea, are their princes as Zabah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of power, Slakia, of the power, in possession. O my power, make them like the wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sorry. You're going to face east. Turn and face the front. Yeshabian. Which means, I'm saying, rest. You may be seated. Man, got to get a Lord a hand for them prayers, too. You know what I'm saying? Facing the east and talking to, you know what I'm saying, your father is always a beautiful thing. But, you know what I'm saying, when you know the truth about the world, and you know that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High doesn't love everybody, and you know you have enemies, the same people that stabbing you in your back, and you know they're stabbing you in the back, you know what I'm saying, stabbing you in the front too, you know what I'm saying, and you know that you don't have to love these people. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying, the Most High made these people your enemies from the jump, you know what I'm saying, and then when we face east, and then we pray to our Father, you know what I'm saying, the one that loves us only, and we pray to him, and ask him to curse these enemies and stop, you know what I'm saying, stop oppressing us. You know what I'm saying? He will hear. You know, he does hear and he will abide. You know what I'm saying? He always does. You know, it's a beautiful thing. So let me get a little bit of coffee. Yeah. So Most High in Christ, man. If you left off with us the last Sabbath, you know we are at Exodus 14 and 1. You know what I'm saying? We read it in the Hebrew first. I'm about to put it in the Hebrew. If you'd like to read the Hebrew with me, then you can. You know what I'm saying? There's an app called the Bible Hub app. You can download it on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You know what I'm saying? You download, it's a little blue with the little cross, you know what I'm saying? You download that app, then you click Bible when you open it. And then the scriptures will pop up. It'll say Bible Hub. Then it'll give you 2 rows. It'll give you a row at the very top that has the book, chapter, and verse. And then down below Bible Hub, it gives you 2 rows with NIV, NLT, KJV, and underneath that, PAR, STU. On the row underneath that, with the PAR row, you click INT, which gives you the interlinear, which is the original language that the Bible was written in. So then when you click the INT, you go to the very top, go to pick your book, chapter, and verse. We are in Exodus 14 and 1. And then what you'll see populate then is Exodus 14 and 1 in the Hebrew. The Hebrew is read from right to left, not left to right. So we're starting in the top right corner and moving left, and then go down right to left, go down right to left. And we're not reading the blue. The blue is the Yiddish. You know what I'm saying? We are reading the black. Those characters, yes, we are reading the black. And then the red, that's saying what it says in English. So we're gonna get it in, man. Man, I should have got some water. So like you. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 1. Wayadabar. It's like it. Exodus chapter 14, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayadabar. Yahweh. All. Mashah. La Amar. Verse 2. Dabar. All Banya. Yasha'ala. Wa Yeshabwa. Waya Khanawa. La Panya. Paya. Ha Hayarath. Bayan. Magadal. Wa Bayan. Hayam. La Panya. Ba'al. Tazapan. Na Kakawa. Sakhanawa. Al Hayam. Verse 3. Wa Amar. Para'aya. Labanya. Yasha'ala. Na Bakayam. Ham. Ba'rataza. Sagar. Al Yaham. Ha Madabar. Verse 4. Wa Kazak Quathaya. Ath. Lab. Para'aya. Wa Radap. Akar Yaham. Wa Akab. What's like it? Wa Akab. Wa Akabat. Wa Akabata. It's like wa Akabada. It's like wa Akab. Kabda. It's like it. Ba Para'aya. Wa Bakal. Khayalawa. Wa Yadayawa. Matazarayam. Kaya. Anya. Yahweh. Wa Ya'ai Shawa. Khan. Verse 5. Wa Yagad. Lamalak. Matazarayam. Kaya. Barak. Ha'an. Waya Hapak. Labab. Para'aya. Wa'ai Badiwa. All. Ha'an. Waya Amarwa. Ma. Za'ath. Aisha Yanoah. It's like Aisha Yanoah. Kaya. Shalak Noah. Ath. Yasha'ala. Ma'ibad Noah. Verse 6. Waya Asap. Ath. Rakabwa. Wa'ath. I'm a wa. Laquak. I'm a wa. Verse 7. Waya Quak. Shasha. Ma'awath. Rakab. Bakawar. Wakal. Rakab. Matazarayam. Washalasham. Isle. Kaloa. Verse 8. Now we're going to do 7. Yes. We're going to do sets of 7. Salakia. We're going to get to the English after this. But let me, after I just get a quick water really quick. Salakia. I'll be right back. Salakia, Israel. The water for your patience. And I'm prayers got her dehydrated. But that's still good. Most High in Christ. So now we're going to get into the English. Before I get into the English, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to give us a recap of where we left off, you know what I'm saying, ending in the book of Exodus, the 13th chapter. So pretty much, you know what I'm saying, we at that time where, you know what I'm saying, the Most High got us out of Egypt, man. You know what I'm saying? He did miracle upon miracle, you know what I'm saying, plague upon plague. And Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying, finally what ended up happening is, you know what I'm saying, the Most High put the big the big shebang on them. You know what I'm saying? And on Pharaoh in Egypt, and he unalived the firstborn of everybody, all of the Egyptians. You know what I'm saying, not the well, see, you have to understand. So it was everybody. The only way to survive the unaliving of the firstborn was to be inside at midnight and be inside your home and put lamb's blood. There was a procedure of what you had to do. You have to eat the lamb, eat the flesh of the lamb too. You have to barbecue the lamb, everything. But you have to put lamb's blood on the doorpost so that when the angel comes to do the work of the Lord and unalive all of the firstborn in the land of Egypt, he'll pass by your house. So when all of the Egyptians firstborn start you know what I'm saying, start giving up the ghost and just, you know what I'm saying, just pretty much being passed away, Pharaoh, you know, he cried in the middle of the night. He called out for Aaron and Moses. He said, yo, y'all go do what y'all been trying to do this whole time. Just get out of here. Take all your cattle, take all your babies and all your wives, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So they got out of there, and then before they got out, the Most High told the Israelites that this would happen. So when you know, when the Most High told him this would happen, he would tell him Pharaoh's finally gonna let you go, and you're not gonna have no time for even bread to rise so that y'all have food. So y'all gonna have to eat unleavened bread. So the Passover came from the unaliving of the firstborns, and the Feast of Unleavened Bread came from rushing out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Before, you know what I'm saying, things got real critical because Pharaoh, plague after plague after plague, and then finally that, you know what I'm saying, the Egyptians had it with the Israelites and that God. So they had to hurry up and get out. So they didn't have time for the bread to rise. And so that's where we get the Feast of Unleavened Bread from. So now we're in the wilderness, you know what I'm saying? We escaped Egypt, all of Israel. We finally got out of Egypt, and we're in the wilderness, and we're still on our way to, you know what I'm saying, getting somewhere safe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's where we start off, and we're still actually getting away from Egypt. So that's where it starts off in 14, and something's going to happen in the 14th chapter. You know what I'm saying? That pretty much shows the faith of your typical everyday Israelite. You know what I'm saying? What faith? How much faith that your average Israelite has in his God and in the Most High God. And then 14 is also going to show us, you know what I'm saying, the perpetual hatred of these heathens and the selfishness that they have. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it, man. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pahayaroth, between Migdal and the sea, over against Baalzephon. Before it shall ye encamp by the sea. Verse 3, for Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled in the land. The wilderness has shut them in. So pretty much, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is saying, I want to read up a little bit because I'm not sure if it says what I'm looking for. Let me give it a second. Yeah, I remember we talked about it last week. So just real quick, you know what I'm saying, going up to 13 and 17. It said, and it came to pass when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. So, you know what I'm saying? So the Most High knows where he's sending the Israelites. I just had to throw that in real quick. The Most High didn't just put us in the wilderness after letting us go from Egypt to die or to go into unsafe territory, because it just said, I'm saying, the Most High guide us away from the Philistines and away from that war so that we wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, frightened and return back to Egypt where it's safe. You know what I'm saying? The Most High has a plan for us. We just have to have a little faith. So I had to throw that in there that, you know what I'm saying, though it might seem like, right, what I just read at 14, the Most High is about to have us encamped by the sea. And Pharaoh is thinking, oh, the wilderness got to him. You know what I'm saying? They about to be closed. They about to be out there in the wilderness without no protection, and they about to be bad. So now let's see why Pharaoh is thinking that way. I'm about to continue in 14. Verse 4. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them. And I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. So this is the Most High telling Moses that was about to happen. He's saying, y'all gonna go camp at sea, and Pharaoh is gonna be like, oh, y'all in the wilderness stuck. You know what I'm saying? Okay, my heart is hardened once more, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go after y'all. You know what I'm saying? Why would somebody do that? Why would somebody, you know what I'm saying, get them out of the land of Egypt and then go after them? Because of greed, man. You know what I'm saying? The Pharaoh saw the city of Egypt. I mean, Pharaoh didn't. This is the different Pharaoh that didn't know Joseph. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that Israelites can even show heathens mercy. Back then, it wasn't mercy. I want to say brotherhood, but it was just kind gesture. It wasn't brotherhood because they're not our brother. But it was just a kind gesture. You know what I'm saying? Being kind to the stranger. You know what I'm saying? Joseph helped Pharaoh and helped Egypt, you know what I'm saying, prosper in a time of a famine. And now, you know what I'm saying, with this Pharaoh and Joseph has passed, you know what I'm saying, the Egyptians are working like hard, you know what I'm saying, building Egypt to what we know in the great civilization that it was, you know what I'm saying, reading in these little American textbooks, you know what I'm saying, the pyramids, the Sphinx, you know what I'm saying, irrigation, I'm saying open heart surgery, all these things that took place in Egypt was because of the Israelites, man. So Pharaoh, he kicked them out, but he said, "No, I'm about to go get them boys, man. I want Egypt to be, I want my kingdom to be great, and them slaves, them Israelite slaves, yeah, I need them the same way, you know what I'm saying, the same way, you know what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics today are continually oppressed, but we're never let go, man. We're never let go. I remember when COVID hit, you know what I'm saying, they had Hispanics and some black too, you know what I'm saying, working even when COVID hit, saying that they were what's it called? Independent work, not independent workers, but it was something like potential workers. I forgot that the word they called it. It was something like it was something like important workers or something like that, where it was where the Hispanic people and the people that picking your berries and squeezing your orange juice and maintaining the buildings and whatnot. I'm not sure what it just was on the top of my mind. Essential workers. You know what I'm saying? These Hispanic and these brothers and sisters had to work during a global pandemic. Everybody was told to stay inside, or they could possibly be unalived by a life-threatening virus. But some brothers still got to work. Are you an essential worker? You a slave, black man and a brown man. That's all it is, man. And they're gonna oppress you. They're gonna hate you, just like they did in Egypt. They're gonna make crazy laws like where you have to unalive your firstborn male, and you don't get this, and you don't get that, and they're gonna mock you, just like today. You know what I'm saying? You a thug, you a pimp. It was a pants sagging came from black people. You know what I'm saying? The cholo culture. Y'all just some gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Y'all this, y'all that. All y'all care about is cars and weed and pimps. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are a blot on society. They're gonna mock you, but they need you, black man, Hispanic man. Why? Because you the best. You know know what I'm saying? Like I said at the beginning of the Sabbath service, you know what I'm saying? You were created to rule the earth, man. That's what's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? The potential to be a leader, the potential to get out of the ghetto, the potential to get out of the hood, the potential to get out of the barrio, and the potential to rule the earth. It's in you. It starts with this Bible, man. The law, statutes, and commandments. But yeah, man, that's how Pharaoh felt, man. Now I gotta keep these people in chains. I gotta have them slaves. Damn them Israelites. I don't care that they gotta serve their God. I don't care that they just got out of captivity. I care about Egypt, you know what I'm saying, being prosperous. And I don't and they were good workers. Let's continue. Verse 5. Slovakia. Right, verse 5. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this? That we have let Israel go from serving us. For real. Like, why did we let the slaves go? We had it so sweet. 6. And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. Verse 7. And he took 600 chosen chariots. 600 chariots. I'm going to start from the top. And he took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt and captains over every one of them. That's where we stop, man. We better to get back into the English, man. You see how thirsty Pharaoh and all the Egyptians was to get us back into bondage, man. They pretty much got the army. They got the big tanks out, the big guns to go chase us. It was just a whole bunch of brothers and sisters and their families and some cattle to chase us in the wilderness and round us up and kill us if we don't come. It's like unalive us if we don't come back to Egypt. That's what they was about to do. Man, oppression is these are oppressions of the devil. The Bible says, man. These particular Egyptians, they weren't Esau. That's what we're dealing with now, who we dealt with in Rome, and I think even we're not in Babylon, but in Rome, and well, I mean, really, the Israelites have been in captivity. I don't want to say in captivity, but all of the nations had a hand in our captivity. You know what I'm saying? In our oppression, all of the nations, even Moab, the Chinese man, even Ishmael, the Arab, all of them. You know what I'm saying? If you do your research, you'll find out how. You know what I'm saying? Or just keep watching class. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure one of these classes they'll tell you how the Arabian, even this is recent history, how the Arabians, you know what I'm saying, built the ships for the transatlantic slave trade, or how the Moabites, the Chinese people, had Israelites working on the Great Wall of China. You know what I'm saying? It'll come into play, man. You'll see that these people are devils, man. They you know what I'm saying? War is in their heart. They might talk smooth. They might say breakdancing and rapping is cool. You know what I'm saying? They might say they like tacos and burritos, but they don't love you. They love your work, but they don't love you. Yeah, so we get back into the Hebrew. Already. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Waya Chazak, Yahweh, Ath, Lab, Paraiah, Malak, Matazarayam, Wayaradap, Acharya, Banya, Yasha'ala, Wabanya, Yasha'ala, Yataza Ayam, Bayad, Ramah, Verse 9. Wayaradapawa. Matazarayam. Akaryaham. Waya Shayagawa. Slakia. Waya Shayagwa. Awatam. Hanayam. Ayl. Hayam. Kal. Sawas. Rakab. Paraya. Wapa Rashayawa. Wa Khayalawa. Ayl. Paya. Ha Khayarath. La Panya. Ba'ayl. Tazapan. Verse 10. Wa Paraya. Ha Quarayab. Ha Quarayab. Waya Sha'awa. Banya. Yasha'ala. Ath. Ayan Yaham. Wahana. Matazarayam. Nasa'ai. Akaryaham. Waya Yara'awa. Ma'ad. Waya Taza'ai Kwawa. Banya. Yasha'ala. All. Yahweh. Verse 11. Waya Amarawa. All. Mashah. Hama Balaya. Ayan. Quabaryam. It's like Quabaryam. Ba Matazarayam. Laqua Chathanawa. Lamawath. Bamadabar. Ma. Za'ath. Aishayath. Lanoah. La Hawa Tazayanawa. Ma Matazarayam. Verse 12. Hala'a Za. Hadabar. Ashar. Dabarnawa. Alayaka. Ba Matazarayam. La Amar. Khadal. Ma Manawa. Wa Na'ai Bada. It's like Wa Salakia. Wa Na'ai Bada. Ath. Matazarayam. Kaya. Tawab. Lanawa. Ibad. Ath. Matazarayam. Ma Mathnawa. Ba Madabar. Verse 13. Waya Amar. Masha. All. Ha'im. All. Thaya Ra'awa. Ha Thaya Tazabwa. Wara Awa. Ath. Yashawa Aitha. Yahweh. Ashar. Ya'isha, Lakam, Hayawam, Kaya, Ashar, Ra'i Yatham, Ath, Matazariyam, Hayawam, La'a, Tasayapua, Lara Atham, Iwad, Id, Awalam. Verse 14, Yahweh, Yalak, it's like Yalacham, Lakam, Wa'atham, Sakhar Yeshua, it's like Sakhar Yeshawan. All right. Are we going back to the English? So we had 7. So we had 8. So now just to get back to where we were, you know what I'm saying? Pharaoh is getting his army together to go after the children of Israel. Verse 8. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with an high hand. So, you know what I'm saying? Right there it said the Lord did this. We know the Lord did it, but this is reminding us. The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. So if the Lord, you know what I'm saying, got our back, he got the backs of the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? He got us out of captivity for you know what I'm saying, our salvation, you know what I'm saying, and our well-being. And he made us safe. He led us out of harm's way. And I'm not sure if the pillar of light. I think the pillar of light was in chapter 13 also. You know what I'm saying? Miracle after miracle, man. You know what I'm saying? He had a chariot of fire. You know what I'm saying? Lead the way of the children of Israel in the darkness at nighttime in the wilderness. So the children, that big congregation, that big nation of was 1,000 or more than 1,000 people. Give me 1 second, Israel. Salaki, about to shop. Salaki about that. Yeah, so what I was saying was the Lord, you know what I'm saying? He made sure we were straight, but at the same time, he making Pharaoh the one to come after us. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that's hardening Pharaoh's heart. So why is he doing this? You know what I'm saying? The Most High is the God, you know what I'm saying? The high power God over heaven and earth, creator of everything. And in the scriptures, it says he can make a, I'm paraphrasing, but he can make a vessel for honor and a vessel for dishonor. You know what I'm saying? It said in that same scripture, it says, having the potter have power over the clay, which means he can make whatever he wants. But at the end of the day, the potter is showing you his skills in pottery. You know what I'm saying? So he's making that vessel for honor to show, yeah, man, this is something great. And he can also make a vessel for dishonor, just to do something like destroy it, or say like that's my point exactly. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is hardening Pharaoh's heart so he can squash them, so he can squash the Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna show them his power through that. He's gonna show everybody his power through that. The other heathens on the world and the Israelites, everybody's gonna witness the power of the Most High. But yeah, let me continue. Verse 9. But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, beside Pharaoh, Slakia, beside Pi-hahiroth, before Baal-Zephon. Verse 10, and when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord. So, you know what I'm saying? While they were, you know, to on a plane that's, you know what I'm saying, hills and mountains and ups and downs. You know, so you could be all the way, you know what I'm saying, several, probably almost like 100 miles this way. I don't want to say 100, but you're so high that you see over down here, and you can see a congregation of 1,000+ people, and all 1,000+ cattle and big convoys of belongings, and you know what I'm saying, whatnot. You could see this big gathering over here. So the Egyptians were over here, and they saw them by the sea. That's why they went after them. Now they finally get close. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites by the sea look up, and they where the Egyptians start to you know what I'm saying, question time. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, like where they at? Question everything. Let me keep going. Not all the Israelites, but you know what I'm saying. You have your typical Israelite that just don't want to follow suit, or just don't have the strength in his heart. You know what I'm saying? But let me digress. I mean, I'm not gonna say the typical Israelite. I'm gonna say the weaker ones, the few Israelites that are the weaker ones. They have big mouthpieces, and they can spread, you know what I'm saying, their weak thoughts amongst the congregation. And that's, you know what I'm saying, how Christianity got so big. You know what I'm saying? The orgy Mike, or Dr. Martin Luther King, as you know what I'm saying, he not talking about nothing real. He only talking about what he wants personally. But you know what I'm saying, he was given a mouthpiece. So now other Negroes is listening to him. You know, that's the same thing back then. Yeah, so they drawing near. I just read they cried unto the Lord. Verse 11. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? So they coming to Moses. They crying out to the Lord, and now they coming to Moses like, damn, I guess there was no graves in Egypt, so you had to come get us killed out here, huh? After all Moses did for him. The Israelites seen plague after plague. You know what I'm saying? Beginning of 13, the Israelites seen the Most High unalive all the firstborn. That really should have felt like get back years where Israelites having alive their firstborn male. And then after that, you know what I'm saying, they got up out of there, didn't have to slave anymore, and then were led in the wilderness at night by fire and at day by cloud. You know what I'm saying? They were led by the Most High, and they still think they about to die. They have little faith, man. But let's keep going. Verse 12. Is not this the world that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better to us to serve the Egyptians. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. And, you know what I'm saying? The heavy thing is, and the Egyptians, because Moses, he had everything he wanted in Egypt. He wasn't no slave in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? He was Tawab. I mean, he had to flee as a young man. He was probably in his like around, I want to say, early 20s, after he unalived them Egyptians for having that passion. But what Moses had was, he had faith. Learn later in this book is, you know what I'm saying, all the law, statutes, commandments set on those two things. You know what I'm saying? And he had, but he didn't have to build pyramids in Egypt. So he was living good. He was eating choice food. He was wearing choice garments, comfortable. It's lucky for that, Israel. Technical difficulties, but I think we back. Those that stayed with us, the water. Those that left, you know what I'm saying? Hope to see you back. Let me see. Yeah, we back and we back on. Man, Maybe that's Satan trying to say. You know what I'm saying? These brothers and sisters don't care about their culture. I'm gonna do so much stuff to stop Sabbath service, and they just gonna give up. Watch. But nah, we in this, boy. We want to know about, you know what I'm saying, our culture. We want to read about what happened to the Egyptians and how what we about to celebrate. You know what I'm saying, in about 4 weeks or so. So we want to learn what happened in Egypt with, you know what I'm saying, our ancestors already. But Most High in Christ. So yeah, so I lost my train of thought, but we had 13. Right, pretty much, yeah. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Israelites they have little faith, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no faith in the Lord. They just about to be unalive, but the Moses is telling them, you know what I'm saying, watch what's about to happen. The Most High got your back, man. Don't lose your faith in the Lord. Verse 13. Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them no more forever. I'm saying he's saying these Egyptians that y'all are talking about would be okay to serve. Y'all should just stay and been their slaves. You ain't gonna see them never again. You're gonna see them no more. And that's heavy because where's Egypt now? I'm saying Moses was right. The Lord was right. But let's read 14 and go back to the Hebrew. Verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. The Lord shall fight for you. That's a small scripture, right? A short scripture, but it's heavy though. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will gonna fight for you. That's our Father in heaven, man. He cares about his children. He cares about his sons. He cares about his daughters. He's gonna fight for you. Why you not gonna fight for yourself? Why you not gonna fight for him? All you should be doing is doing what he tell you to do. And the Lord gonna make a pillar of fire lead you in the night. You know what I'm saying? And after Exodus, the miracles don't even stop. The miracles take place in Joshua. The miracles take place throughout this whole book, realistically. The Lord fighting for the people that fight for him. You know what I'm saying? They take place in the whole book. And then in the New Testament, the Christians know the miracles that go down in that. But the miracles really never stop because in 1969, what the Lord do? Another miracle. He brought some brothers to he for some reason in 1969, who knows why, but there were some brothers in the synagogue, you know what I'm saying? In the little Jewish church or whatever. It was some brothers there. Why were those brothers there? Because the Lord put them there. And the Lord put those brothers there, and those brothers questioned, you know what I'm saying, what they were learning in those Jewish synagogues. And said, man, these scriptures not talking about this, y'all people. These scriptures, this saying Christ was a black man. And then they left them, and then there you have it. The Isupk was born. We know the truth about the Bible now. You know what I'm saying? Several years later. You know what I'm saying? The Lord did it. That's a miracle if you ask me. The miracles don't stop. COVID is a miracle. Monkeypox is a miracle. The Red Sea, you know what I'm saying? The fires in California. These are miracles, man. And the hardening of heart, Donald Trump and this World War III, it's all gonna go down, man. Just watch, man. I pray you on the right side of the fence when it do though. So we going back to the Hebrew. We in Bible Hub. We had Exodus 14 and 15 already. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 15. Waya Amar, Yahweh, all, Masha, Ma, Tataza Aikwa, all Ya, Dabar, all Banya, Yasha'ala, Wa, Yasa'aiwa. Verse 16. Wa'atha, Haram, Ath, Mataka, Wanata, Ath, Yadka, Ayo, Hayam, Waba, Kwa I Hawa, Waya Ba'awa, Banya, Yasha'ala, Bathwaka, Slakia, Bathwak, Hayam, Baya Basha. Verse 17. Wa anya. Ha nanya. Machazak. Ath. Lab. Matazarayam. Waya ba'awa. Akharyaham. Wa akabada. Slakia. Wa aka. Slakia. Wa kabada. Wa aka. It's like wa kabada. Wa kabada. Slakia. Ba pariah. Wa bakal. Khayalawa. It's like Khayalawa. Bara. It's like Ba Rakabawa. Wa Ba Parashayawa. Verse 18. Wayadayawa. Matazarayam. Kaya. Anya. Yahweh. Baha Kabadia. Ba Pariah. Ba Rakabawa. Waba Parashayawa. Verse 19. Wayasai. Mala'ak. Ha Alahayim. Ha Halak. Lapanya. Machana. Ya'ala. Waya Slakia. Waya Lakal. Slakia. Waya Lak. Ma Akharyaham. Waya Sa'ai. I Mawad. Her I9. Ma Panyaham. Wa Imad. Ma Akaryaham. Verse 20. Waya Ba'a. Bayan. Machana. Matazarayam. Wa Bayan. Machana. Yasha'ala. Waya Haya. Ha Ainan. Waha Khashak. Waya'ar. Ath. Hala Yala. Wala'ab. Kurab. Za. All Za. Call Hala Yala. Verse 21. Wayat. Mashad. Ath. Yadwa. Ayo. Hayam. Waya. Walak. Yahweh. Ath Hayam. Barawach, Quadiyam, Aiza, Call, Halayala, Wayasham, Ath, Hayam, La Haraba, Waya, Bakwa, Iowa, Ha, Mayam. All right, back to the English. So we had right, we had 15. All right, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 15, chapter 14, verse 15 in the English. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward. Verse 16. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. Verse 17. And behold, I will. So I'm gonna stop there for a second. So that's what the Most High had in plan, man. When you think when you think that, you know what I'm saying, you about to be unalive and you should have did something against the Most High's will and against your will, and you should just did something just to survive, the Most High will split the sea. He'll make some. I mean, he's been being supernatural this whole time. Like I was just saying, this whole book is, and even after this book, if you pay attention, you know what I'm saying. Captain Kahan's always telling you spiritual things are happening left and right, left and right. Captain Yatazak always telling you that's spiritual that just happened. That's spiritual. Something spiritual. It's like miracles happening left and right, man. You know what I'm saying. If you just keep your faith, the Most High will, you know what I'm saying? He'll move a mountain for you. He'll split the sea for you. He'll hold up the sun for you. Like we're gonna read coming up. He'll keep the sun there in the top of the sky for about 2 days. It'll happen. What he do though? He created heaven and earth, man. He could change if anybody could change the rules, it's him. And just remember who he would do it for though. He's not gonna do it for the Edomite, the so-called white man or the Chinese man. He's not gonna do it for the African. He's not gonna do it for the you know what I'm saying, the China man. He's not gonna do it for none of them. He's gonna do it for blacks and black and brown people, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. That's who he'll split the sea for. That's who he'll keep the sun up for. You know what I'm saying? That's who he'll do all this for. Let me keep going. Verse 17. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots, and upon his horses. So he's saying when y'all start walking through when the sea get divided, and y'all start walking through, the Egyptians are gonna start walking. They're gonna try to follow you. They're gonna see that as a miracle, but Pharaoh's heart is gonna be hardened once more, and he's gonna want his slaves. So he's gonna just walk through the Red Sea, the divided sea, like it's sweet himself. But what's about to happen to him though? Verse 18, and the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, upon his horsemen. I guess that's what that means, Lakia, that I got my honor upon them. That's pretty much meaning. I believe it. I mean, I don't want to speculate, but I'm just gonna say what I think until I get the real breakdown. But when the Most High is saying I get my honor upon them, he's saying y'all did this to y'all Egyptians were mess kids, so now, you know what I'm saying, y'all get this, and I'm pleased with what's about to happen to y'all. That's how God's getting his honor upon him. Verse 19, what's about to happen to them. We already know the story, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm being a spoiler, but it's about to come into play, man. When they walk through the sea, when they walk through the divided sea, the sea is gonna close up on them. And I'm about to read it right now. Verse 19. And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. So first, so like before that they walked through before the Egyptians followed them through the sea, that pillar, that chariot, that angel that was giving them the one angel was at night, was the fire, and one angel was the cloud. This particular angel was the cloud. You know what I'm saying? The pillar of the cloud. You know what I'm saying? It went in behind the Israelites so that the Egyptians couldn't find them in time, couldn't get to the sea in time. So that way, all the Israelites would go through the divided sea, and then there'll be a big gap between them, and then that's when you know what's about to happen. The Egyptians, their heart gonna harden, and the Most High is gonna get His honor upon them. But I'm gonna read it. I got two more. Then we back to the Hebrew. Verse 20, and it came between the camp and so we're talking about that pillar of the cloud right now. Verse 20, and it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that one came not near the other all the night. Verse 21, and Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. We stopped at a good part. So yeah, man. So the pillar, the angel in the chariot is making it dark so that the Egyptians can't catch up to him, and Moses just split the sea, man. This is after we escaped, and Pharaoh, he just being greedy, man. He can't do without no slaves. He said, God forbid you do something for yourself, you dirty heathen. But let's go back to the Hebrew. So we did 3 so far. We got, let's do 3 more. So I'm gonna kick it up to 10. We're gonna do 7. Yeah, I'm gonna just do three sets of 10. This is the book of, back to the Hebrew. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 22 in the Hebrew. Waya ba'awa, banya, yasha'ala, bathwak, hayam, baya basha, waha mayam, laham, chama, mayam, yanam, Slakia, ma yam yanam, ma yam yanam, wa ma sha'alam. Verse 23. Wayara the power. Wayara the power. Matazarayam. Waya ba'aw. Akar yaham. Call. Sawas. Para'aya. Rakabwa. Wa parash yawa. All. Sawak. Hayam. Wait, verse 24. Waya haya ba'asham marath habakwar waya shakwap Yahweh all machana matazarayam ba'ai mawad ash wa'ainan yaham slakia wayaham ath machana matazarayam. Verse 25. Wayasar ath upon marakab slakia marak kabathia waya nahaga hawa ba kabadath waya amar matazarayam anawasa mapanya yasha'ala kaya Yahweh na laham ba matazarayam. Verse 26. Waya amar Yahweh all Masha Nata Ath Yadka Ail Hayam Waya Shabwa Ha Mayam Ail Matazarayam Ail Rakabwa Wa Ail Parashayawa Slakia Parashyawa. Verse 27. Wayata Masha Ath Yadwa Al Hayam Wayashab La Panawath Bakwar La'a Yathnawa Wa Matazarayam Nasayam La Quara Athwa Wayana'ir Yahweh Ath Matazarayam Bathwak Hayam. Verse 28. Wayashabwa Hamayam Wayakasawa Ath Harakab Wa'ath Ha Parashiam Lakal Khayal Para'aya Ha Ba'ayam Akaryaham Bayam La'a Nasha'ar Baham Ad Achad. Verse 29. Wabanya Yasha'ala Halakawa Bayabash Bayabasha Slakia Bathwak Hayam Waha Mayam Laham Chama Mayam Sama Slakia Ma Yam Yanam Wama Shama'alam Wama Shama'alam. Verse 30. Waya Washa'ai Yahweh Bayawam Hawa'a, Ath, Yasha'ala, Mayad, Matazarayam, Waya Ra'a, Yasha'ala, Ath, Matazarayam, Math, Il, Shapat, Slakia, Shapath, Hayam. Verse 31. Waya Ra'a, Yasha'ala, Ath, Hayad, Ha, Gadala, Ashar, Aisha, Yahweh, Ba Matazarayam, Waya Yara'awa, Ha'im, Ath, Yahweh, Waya Ama, Waya A Mayanawa, Waya Ama, Waya Yanawa, Salakia, Waya Yanawa, Ba Yahweh, Wa Bamasha, Ibadwa. All right, we're at the end of we made it to the end of the chapter. At 31 in there. So all we gotta read is we're just gonna do one more 10 after that, and that'll be enough. So let's read. Let's get back to the English, man. All right. So we had 21. Now we had 22. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 22 in the English. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right and onto their left. So they were walking through a miracle, man. They were in the midst of a miracle, man. Just looking at, you know what I'm saying, the water, and all through the water, you know what I'm saying, seeing what goes on at the bottom of the sea, because they walking through the sea, literally. They're just on dry ground. Verse 23, and the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. Verse 24, and it came to pass that in the morning watched the Lord look unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of the fire, through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. Verse 25, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians. Verse 26, and the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. So right as, you know what I'm saying, the Lord started troubling the Egyptians in the dry land, between the divided sea, having their wheels fall off their chariots and whatnot, giving them problems in the sea. He told Moses to lift up his staff again and close the waters with the Egyptians in them boys. Verse 27, and Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. Verse 28, and the waters returned, covered the chariots and the horsemen, and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. Verse 29, but the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right and on their left. So they were walking on the dry land. I guess I'm overlooking. I guess in my mind, I'm acting like it's a just a big thing of water, and it splits in the middle. But this is a sea, so this is enough space and area that's more than a landmass. You know what I'm saying? Or about the same as a landmass, really. You know what I'm saying? So they got some walking to do through these divided seas. You know what I'm saying? But as far as behind them and past the cloud and the chariot, you know, that angel that was the cloud, all the way back to the Egyptians, the sea started closing. So the Egyptians is gone. You know what I'm saying? Let me finish the chapter before, you know what I'm saying, I break it down. Verse 29. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Verse 30. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. Verse 31. And Israel saw the great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord and his servant Moses. So really, real quick, it took all that to happen for the people to fear and believe the Lord again. Because remember, when Moses first got word that he was going to get them out of captivity, the Most High gave Moses some things to show people so that they would believe. And they feared the Lord then too and believed then too. And you know what I'm saying? I guess they just had to be reminded, man. Sometimes that happens, man. That's been happening, you know what I'm saying, all throughout. It happens all throughout this Bible, and it's been happening all throughout, you know, our existence. But when Christ come back, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be known. We don't gotta be reminded about what's in front of us. You know what I'm saying? But as far as these Egyptians, man, I want to say something about that. So, like my brother says when he's sitting here with me, where is Egypt now? He likes to say Egypt is a sandbox. You know what I'm saying? All these great sphinxes and pyramids and towns and irrigation systems and all this and that was built for Egypt, the great, you know what I'm saying, the great, what's it called? I can't think of I can't think of the word, the great metropolitan, I don't know, not metropolitan, but the little word that the textbook used, the great establishment. It's a sandbox. You know what I'm saying? They go, people, it's a tourist attraction now. You know what I'm saying? You can go to there now and drive the little Humvee on the sand and look at the ruins of what used to be. But what used to be was there because of you, black man, Hispanic man, because of your ancestors, because of black and brown people. That's what used to be there. That's what was there. That's what used to be there because of you. You know what I'm saying? Because without you, now it's ruins. And I would love to say the same thing. The same thing was about what other heathen accomplishments, like that Great Wall of China I was talking about. It's still up. You know what I'm saying? We built it, but it hasn't been tended to by Israelites, so it's starting to decay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ancient Rome. I mean, we had our part of building that too. Was that ruins also? And I would like to say the same is going to happen about America. It's going to just be ruins because one day we're not going to be tended to it. We're not going to be slaves anymore. But it's going to be different for America because America is going to burn. Salakia. Damn. No Salakia. I mean, I'm just going to break it down. Revelations, so we don't get clipped. You know what I'm saying? The modern day Babylon is America. And then the Revelations say modern day Babylon will fall. You know, so every empire only lasts about 200 to 250 years. So America is pretty much on its end time of being a thriving empire. But it's not going to be ruins because, like it says in Revelations, you know what I'm saying, the sky is going to crack. 200 million angels going to come out the sky, led by Yahushua, our king. And he's going to blast this place down. This place is, I mean, it sounds, you know what I'm saying, very, like fantasy wise, but it's prophecy, man. It's prophesied that's going to happen. So the modern day Babylon will fall by thermonuclear warfare from, I'm saying, the heavenly hosts. So it ain't gonna be no kitty litter box of America. It's gonna be New Jerusalem, all built all on top of it, built on the ashes, built on the bones of our oppressors. Just like they had us build on top of our bones, we had to build on top of our graves. How about that? They didn't even build on top of us. We had to build on top of for them. Well, check this out. They're gonna build on top of their graves. They're gonna build our kingdom for us. Yeah, so let's get back into it, man. That's what happened to Egypt. That's how the Israelites escaped Egypt and got out of their hand. What's next? We're gonna get a little bit into the chapter 15, just to get a little base, and then we're gonna pick up next week. But we're going back to the Hebrew. I'm gonna do 10 more, and then we're gonna call it a wrap for the day. Slacky, I don't feel like I have enough time to do shout outs. If you with us today, man, Most High in Christ, man. I'm saying you've been with us through the fire, man. Like what's it called? Was that Shaka Khan or something? Through the wire and whatnot. I'm saying the oppressor through the works of Satan tried to stop us today, but we did it, man. We did the thing. So we going back into the Hebrew. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Az, Yashayar, Masha, Wabanya, Yasha'ala, Ath, Ha Shayara, Haza'ath, La Yahweh, Wa Ya Amarwa, La Amar, Ashayara, La Yahweh, Kaya, Ga'a, Sawas, Wa Rakabwa, Ramah, Bayam. Verse 2. Isaiah was Marath, Yah, Wayahaya, Leah, La, Yashawaiah, Za, Alaya, Awan, Wahawa, Alahaya, Abia, Wa Arama Manahawa. Verse 3. Yahweh, Ayash, Malachma, Yahweh, Shamwa. Ooh, it's a strong scripture right there. I think I'm gonna have to put that. If you read the Hebrew along with me, that Hebrew that said that scripture we just read, I'm gonna put that on the shirt. I have the power to do so. I'm in the garment department. It's like you. Verse 4. Marah, Salakia, Ma Rakabath, Paraiah, Waha Yalawa, Yara, Bayam, Wama Bahar, Shalashyawa, Taba Iowa, Bayam, Sawap. Verse 5. Saha Math, Yakasaya Mawa, Slakia, Ya Kasayawa, Slakia, Ya Kasayamawa, Yaradwa, Bama Taza Walath, Kamwa, Aban. Verse 6. Ya Mayanak, Slakia, Yam Slakia, Yam Yanaka, Yam Yanaka, Yam Yanka, Slakia, Yam Yanka, Yahweh, Na Adaria, Bakak, Yamyanka, Yahweh, Thara'ataza, Owayab. Verse 7. Wabarab, Ga'a Wanak, Taha Rasa, Kwamayaka, the Shalak, Haranka, Ya'a Kalamawa, Kakwash. Verse 8. Waba Rawath, Apayaka, Na'ai Ramwa, Mayam, Natazabawa, Slakin, Natazabwa, Kamwa, Nad, Salakia, Nazalium, Quapa Aw, Sahamath, Balab, Yum. Verse 9. Amar, Awayab, Aradap, Ashayag, Akalakwa, Shalal, Salaki, Shalal, Tamala, Amawa, Napashia, Rayakwa, Karabia, Tawa, Raya, Slaki, Tawa, Raya Shamwa, Yadya. Verse 10. Nashapath, Barawaka, Kasamwa, Yum, Taza Lalawa, Ka'ai Waparth. It's like Ka'ai Waparath, Mayam, Daya Adia Rayam. Adia Rayam. All right. So we going to the English. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. All right, this is the song. I hate to stop in the middle of the scripture, but what we're about to read for a little bit now is what they saying. You know what I'm saying? Black and brown people. You know what I'm saying? We musically talented as well as talented amongst everything else. And one thing about us is when we feel a certain way, we gonna express it through song. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We gifted like that. So and it shows all our poetry. You know what I'm saying? Rap. We call it rap today. You know what I'm saying? Singing. Black and brown people are the truth, you know what I'm saying? And instruments too. Don't get it confused. But this is the song that they sang after that accomplishment. It goes like, I'm not gonna be able to sing it, but this is what they were singing. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. Verse 2. The Lord is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation. My father's God, and I will exalt him. Verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Verse 4. Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. Verse 5. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Verse 6. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, has dashed in pieces the enemy. Verse 7. And in the greatness of the excellency, thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. Salaki, I gotta find out. This is what I'm gonna find. I know I do this a lot, Salaki, Israel. That I say I'm gonna find something out. I'm gonna start writing it down. I'm gonna write it down after Sabbath. I gotta give me a pen pad and write down what I'm gonna bring out next Sabbath when I have to ask the Adawanyam. But I gotta find out when the song stops, because as I was reading this the other night, I could tell when it stopped. But for some reason, I feel like I'm not able to stop it. So I'm gonna stop reading it like it's a song at this point. But you see what was going on, you know what I'm saying? They said something heavy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I'm also going to find out if they can find those chariots at the bottom of the sea. Because we got technology to go to the bottom of the sea. So we should be able to find some unalived Egyptians down there, you know, at this point. I'm going to find out if that was found, and I'm going to find out when the song stops. But you know what I'm saying? Israel was man, they triumphed, man. They celebrated that victory. Just like we're gonna celebrate our victory when we get ushered into the kingdom by Yahushua, man. We're gonna celebrate when Yahushua come back. Best believe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we stop at 10. So I'm gonna read 2 more. Verse 9. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. Verse 10. Thou didst blow with thy wind, the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Ooh, I feel like they still kind of singing, but I'm gonna find out exactly when they stop. But that's where we stop with the scriptures, though. We're gonna pick up next week at Exodus 15 and 11, man. Already, man. I'm gonna get a Most High another hand for that. So we're gonna end with that. We're gonna salute the Torah, get into the prayer, and call it a wrap. So with that, I madium, which means to stand. La Yasha Allah. All right, sisters, Yeshavium, which means to rest. I'm going to salute the Torah as on the podium. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakiyah. All right. It's like your sisters, Imadium, which means to stand. We're going to say Sar, which means to turn and face the east. And we're going to get into the Lord's Prayer. So Sar is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak Waska, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lacham, Karl, Yawam, Wasalat Nawa, Kabwath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabwathya Nawa, Wala'ah, Taba'ai Nawa, Barasaya Wan, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahata Parath, La'awalamium, Aman. In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sar, turn and face the front. All right. So we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imadim Shabbat, Imadim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yadi Matah. Star turn and face the sisters. Men of Israel, courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imadim Shabbat, Imadim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Elatan Bahashem Yahushua. Yadi Matah, dismissed.